until you have had the taste of finishing, you will not respect yourself. Until you follow through, until something is done, tears and struggles and pain, and you go through it anyway, and you show up and you continue to fight on no matter the circumstances, after a while, something begins to wither inside of you.
You may struggle with several issues as an individual, and one of the most challenging and hindering of all would be a lack of trust in yourself. Underestimation, they say, is the startup for failure and a huge stumbling block for the dreamers who are yet to take a step to become goal setters. Finding yourself in such a position is not an unusual experience, but your mentality matters a lot in situations like this. You may have missed opportunities and chances to elevate just because you believed you could not do it or that you were not fit for the task. And you would be one step ahead of your current position if you had only started to believe you could. Welcome back to our channel, where your rise to success and breaking patterns of failure and its bonds are our top goal. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and recommend it to your friends and colleagues. For more amazing content, please click the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications. At some point in our lives, we have lost motivation to keep striving, as life itself is a journey of continuous struggle. But only the tough survive and climb to the top, reaching their fullest potential. Every individual has what it takes to achieve what they talk and always dream about, and you are no different. You have been equipped with the necessary tools to aid your climb and rise to the top, but you may never find out due to your inability to think you can do it. Most of the successful men and women in our world today started from somewhere, and they reached their fullest potential just because they took the first step, which is believing they could do it. Your brain and mindset have the power to change the direction of things, and constantly underestimating yourself is a setback and drive in the wrong direction. You may underestimate yourself for countless reasons, but here are some of the top reasons why underestimation usually occurs. Number 1, insecurity. This is an emotional state in which you find yourself constantly in a haze of comparison with everyone, and in most cases become under the illusion of mind control that you're less and others are somewhat better than you could ever be. Being in the state of mind leaves you behind and unable to reach your fullest potential because you begin to feel you're not up to the standard and others are a better fit than you are. Being insecure is a major setback and a stumbling block from success and achieving set out goals. Because even with the most perfect plan and strategic outline, due to the state of mind, you would never be confident enough and may end up cowering out to give space for another which you think is better. Number 2, constant failures. Another reason why you underestimate yourself could be due to constant failures. Having failure becomes a pattern and is not a motivating factor, but because of this, you may have grown to underestimate your potential and capacity. You begin to make every new development that could become a success circle back to the constant failures you've experienced and use it as an excuse to not even attempt to give it a try. Because you're of the opinion that because you failed countless times, this time, too, would not be different. Because you failed one too many times in the past, you may begin to shy away from opportunities and chances that require you to put in effort once again, because you still feel the pain and ill feeling of the previous times you've tried and failed, and may begin to see yourself as a failure incapable of actualizing your goals. Number 3, projection from other people. Words hold a lot of weight over us humans, and they have the power to make or mar you. You may constantly underestimate yourself because of what you've been told by individuals and even society, that you're not good enough and would never amount to anything. And the thing with words like this is, soon you start to believe it. Maybe I'm not really good enough. Maybe I really never will become something. And the maybe list becomes long and keeps going. Many individuals who have attempted a particular path and met with failure tend to dissuade others from trying on that path. Projections from others is a strong reason and one of the top reasons why you underestimate yourself today, because people tell you what they think you can and can't do, and you begin to believe it. You may hear words like, "He said he tried already and couldn't do it, so what makes you think I can?" Having people in society tell you what you'll never become can hold you back from your potential, especially if you're one with a weak mindset. No one can write your destiny for you, and if you continue to absorb the demeaning words, soon you begin to mold into that form they put you in with their words for the longest time. Number 4, loser mentality. In life, you may not always gain support from everyone and would always encounter people that try to bring you down and deviate from the path you're on, but the mentality of an individual plays a huge role in their rise to success. People may constantly tell you that you would not succeed in the path you're on, and an individual with a loser mentality would begin to doubt and underestimate himself and his abilities. A strong mindset keeps you determined to go on, even with millions of people telling you to get off the path, because you believe you would eventually succeed. But with a loser mindset, it's the complete opposite. Being able to identify why you underestimate yourself is a drive in the right direction, as it helps understand the depth of the concept and how to build a confident mindset. Disadvantages of underestimating yourself. In life, we've all been given a pen and a blank notepad. What you write on your notepad determines how your life would turn out to be, which is why you may constantly hear the phrase, "You're the author of your own story." Constantly underestimating yourself comes with a series of disadvantages, and some of them include: Number 1, lack of opportunities. Opportunity, they say, comes but once. And although this doesn't apply in the literal sense, it does in an applied way. Let's say, for example, a friend brings an opportunity which he thinks you're well suited for, but due to self-known reasons and you underestimate yourself and tell him you don't think you're capable of carrying out that task. The next time such an opportunity comes by, do you think he would have you in mind or think to tell you about it? The answer is no, because he would be of the mindset that you'd reject it. Underestimating yourself leaves you with closed doors and limited opportunities just because you think you can't do it. And this is a setup for failure. Number 2, limiting your potential. You can do a lot more and far better than you are currently doing or think you can do, but you may never have the opportunity to find out because of the simple fact that you're underestimating yourself. We all have the ability and capacity to reach our fullest potential, but when you underestimate yourself, you hold yourself back from reaching that point in your life. We hear people talk about wasted potential because they saw something in an individual that the same individual did not see in himself. Many of us today walk the streets with lots of potential within us, waiting to be unlocked, but if that step is not taken today or anytime soon, in the coming years, you may become one of those same individuals with wasted potential rotting within you. Number 3, inability to move forward. Constantly underestimating yourself leaves you with a feeling of setback or stagnation. When you underestimate yourself, it leaves you with limited opportunity, and soon a feeling of inaction begins to creep in because you think you should be doing far better than you are now. But you've been in a particular spot for the longest time. Underestimating yourself means telling yourself that you're only good for a few things and not for more. And this keeps you caged and unavailable to move forward in whichever path you've chosen. Number 4, repeated patterns. When you underestimate yourself, it leaves you stuck at your current position, or even less, and you find yourself in a cycle of repeated loops. There's this saying that goes, break the cycle today, or the loop will repeat itself tomorrow. Staying in a particular position in a product of underestimating yourself because you think that's the best you can do, and this type of repeated patterns prevent you from growth. But you put yourself in a cycle of continuous loop without having a breakout point when you feel you can't do better than what you're currently doing, and that stops you from striving to get more. Number 5, failure. A successful man is a doer and not a dreamer. So even if you fail countless times, the fact that you attempted counts, and it is a walk on the path to success. Underestimating yourself holds you back from doing anything outside what you feel you can do, and most times it is limited, and ordinarily this sets you up for failure because how do you know until you try? Individuals who underestimate themselves do not try in any way, and this already is the move of failure. Successful people in society all tried and failed countless times, and if they never tried at all, they'd probably be at their lowest point through these years without knowing how much potential was within them. You could be the next big thing if you only started to believe in yourself and your capacities. Your potential is more than you could ever imagine and waiting to be unlocked, but you keep it hidden by underestimating yourself. If you've gotten to this point and you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share to your friends and colleagues, and for more amazing content, please click the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications to get notified when a brand new video is uploaded. You may have probably identified the reason why you continue to underestimate yourself and come to terms with the dangers of continuous underestimation of oneself. If you fall under any of the above-mentioned categories or description, then you must be wondering, how do I stop underestimating myself? Self-underestimation usually begins as an unconscious act, and until it blows into a bigger proportion, it can often go unnoticed. But here are a few ways to prevent or stop underestimating yourself. How to stop underestimating yourself. When you underestimate yourself, you create stumbling blocks and hindrances to your success, and you find yourself reliving familiar patterns, and slowly depression creeps in from lack of purpose. Here are a few ways to stop underestimating yourself and push forward in order to create the life you deserve for yourself. Number 1, build a confident mindset. You could be a step closer to success and your goals if you only believe in yourself that you can do it. Most individuals got to achieve what they achieved today because they believed in themselves even when others thought otherwise. You do not need to have the approval of friends or family or even the society as long as you have the approval of yourself. You are your greatest supporter, and having a confident mindset in whatever endeavor you choose is already a great boost in the right direction. Radiating confidence, even when you have a subtle doubt of yourself, is a building block for success, and it quenches the inner voice of incapacity and I'm not good enough. A lot of people got the opportunities they have today because they were confident in themselves and said they could do it. All you have to excel is already within you, and being confident is a first step on the right path. Number 2, ignore projections from others. Believing in yourself and refusing to act according to what others say you are is a build-up for success. A lot of individuals tend to listen and embrace the negativity from others, thus making them slowly mold into the form to fit the cage created by words of other individuals and even the society. For example, failing a class in college or high school does not mean you are a total failure, or not having a good grade in an examination does not mean you cannot be successful. You must begin to understand that failure is inevitable, and no matter how many times you fall, you have to pick yourself up and try again. People tend to fit others into a box from their mishaps and mistakes, but you should not allow that. Other people do not define you, and only you can define yourself. Shun the negative comments from others and focus on what you believe you can do and go for it, and always remember to aim high. Number 3, get rid of the loser mentality. Another core step of how to stop underestimating yourself is to start believing you can. Most times, our inner voice draws us back and creates a negative emotion of fear, which limits us from not being able to go for opportunities and things that would uplift us. Getting rid of the loser mentality and embracing a winner mentality gives you a head start for success, as even if you end up not being picked for the job or becoming successful in that particular endeavor, you know that you gave it a try. Giving it a try means you know this wouldn't work and you get to try something else. And it is better than not trying at all and not knowing if you would have been successful or not. The greatest regret most individuals have today is knowing they never tried. Number 4, working on building your strengths. Underestimating yourself means you think you're not good enough. So make yourself good enough. Sharpen your skill set and make yourself knowledgeable enough in areas you think you're lacking. Building your strength leaves you confident enough without doubt that you can do it, because you put in time and effort to make yourself capable of doing it. For example, if you failed at math countless times, you could put in effort to learn it and get help from scholars around you that seem to know it enough to teach others. So the next time you face a math problem, you know you are strong enough to face it. Working on building your strength is a king move, like in chess, as it helps defeat doubt and fear of not being good enough, thus preventing you from underestimating yourself. Number 5, embrace failure as one step away from success. You may have constantly underestimated yourself due to constant failure. Having to fail over and over again can be demoralizing. But when this is seen from a different perspective, you begin to want to keep trying. What if the next time you try, you actually get it and become successful at it? But you never know if you give up trying and start thinking you're not good enough and can't do it. Every successful individual today has a failure story in the rise to the top. But each time they fail, they tried again and never stopped till they got what they wanted. Embracing failure as one step away from success helps you keep going at it because you never know which attempt would be the successful one. In conclusion, when you underestimate yourself, you hold yourself back from countless opportunities and chances to become the next big thing. And as it's been said, a successful man is a doer and not a dreamer. So take this step today and begin to believe you can, because you actually can. You alone have the power to make your dreams come true and actualize your goals. And remember, when you believe in yourself, the sky itself would not be your limit, but a starting point to your greatness. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I highly recommend checking out our next video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications for more uploads. Also, drop your comments and opinions in the comment section below. And until next time, keep finding your purpose. Thank you for watching.